What up, fam? It's your boy, Slenderboy 2024, streaming to you live. Yeah, this is gonna be a quick one. I just want to do a little reaction video. I'm just hot off the heels of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that recently dropped. If you haven't seen it, if you didn't catch the stream was fire, but they uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, you can find it's like an hour-long video. It's definitely worth your time. I really like the presentation, but I had some pros and cons about the presentation as well as the console itself. So I just wanted to kind of check in. Let's talk Switch 2 and what people think about it. So yeah, first of all, I was shocked. We have a release date. It's June. It's actually this summer. It's coming out already. I feel like we had such like radio silence for so long, and it's already that's why I was like shocked. I was like, oh, I thought for certain it would be holiday 2025, because everything I heard was like, oh, like this and that, it's coming this year. I'm like, well, we're already well into this year. It's like April of 2025, so there's no way it's coming out earlier than like December or like the holiday. No, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. It's coming out in June. Hopefully they aren't rushing this launch. Yeah, I don't know. So the thing that excites me the most is the fact that the Switch 2, the mice, the new Joy-Cons will also act as mice. And I don't know, this might be wishful thinking, but like I hope this causes like a resurgence in like these old school style like PC games, like these PC point and click games. Like I mean, for example, Civilization 7 is launching like day and date, like it'll be on the Switch 2 on release date of the Switch 2. So there you go. That's like a more PC oriented game that will work on Switch 2. Like I don't know. I hope more games take advantage of this feature, because like you need like a defining characteristic. You need like you need something that sets you apart from other consoles. And the mice thing, I think it's going to be cool. I'm shocked they did not announce. I was waiting for them to announce like some sort of like new Mario Paint game. I'm showing my age here, but did some of you guys remember like the Super Nintendo had like Mario Paint, and it literally there was like a mouse, like with a mouse pad, you had to like plug it into your Super Nintendo. Like that would be perfect for the Switch 2. It really would. The only game I am most excited for, what was it called? Dragon Drive or something? Like you're all gonna laugh, but it's the wheelchair basketball game, the wheelchair basketball game on Switch 2. No, the trailer was fire, and like it showed how like you're using the Joy-Cons like you're like think of like the mouse, like the scroll wheel on the mouse. You're spinning your character's wheels with that. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. It's cool how you control it with the mouse. But that was the only one I saw that like took full advantage of that feature, the gimmick. Like you gotta really lean into that gimmick, because it's like it's one of those things. Like I'm trying to think, like the 3DS, for example, which I loved. But I love the 3D effect on the 3DS, but a lot of people did not. But like some games like Mario 3D Land really took advantage of it, and I feel like not enough games took advantage of the 3D effect. And I fear that this will be the case with the Switch 2, because let's be real here, okay? Let's be real here. You got your, I mean, this is a Switch, the normal Switch, actually this is a Switch OLED. We'll get into this in a second, but like you got your Switch, right? But like let's say the new whatever Assassin's Creed comes out for all consoles, people are gonna get it for the PS5, right? Because like the PS5 will have better graphics. Like you're not going to get the Switch 2 port of that, or you have less reason to, unless like that's why the Switch 2 really needs its own like unique library of games and the reason they would be unique is they take advantage of those features, such as Dragon Drive. So that's the one that I'm most looking forward to. I mean, and like people got so excited for I mean, dude, like you gotta watch this video. It's like an hour of nonstop huge announcements. Like I couldn't even keep up. There were so many to keep track of. But they talked about like Switch Online for the Switch 2 will have it'll have a GameCube expansion with all these games, and like they've been doing before. Like they released all these controllers. Like when they did Super Nintendo Online, like they have a Super Nintendo controller that like acts like a Joy-Con and hooks up to your Switch. So they're doing that with the GameCube controller. They did it with the N64 controller. They're doing it with a GameCube controller, and like I really do want that. So like, you know, honestly, if I get a Switch 2, that's what I'm doing day one. I'm just gonna be playing GameCube games. I'm not even gonna play any like any games for the console. But yeah, I don't know. I like we have to decide by the end of this video. Is it the Switch 2 or the Switch 2? Switch 2, Switch 2, 2. I don't know. I have very mixed feelings. So okay, here we go. So and then again, here's my Switch OLED model, which I love. So okay. Luckily, thank God, the kickstand, which they've already improved with the Switch OLED model, the kickstand is very good with the Switch 2. The Joy-Cons look very good. The whole thing is bigger. It's like a deluxe, model, so that's good. We've given up on this being portable. I think at one point people like with the Switch Lite, maybe Nintendo was like, oh yeah, you can like kind of stuff it in your pocket. No, not with this. Not with like the Steam Deck is even bigger, and like the Switch 2 is even bigger. You're not fitting that shit in your pocket. But yeah, I think one huge flaw, I forgot to mention this in my last Switch video. So I love the OLED screen on the Switch OLED model, which is not on the normal Switch. And the Switch 2 is just an LCD screen. You're paying all that money. You're not even, like, dude. So we went back a step. I'm sure later down the road there will be like a premium model of the Switch 2 that has the OLED, but like that's crazy that we're rolling that back. So like the Switch 2 is going to have a worse screen than the Switch OLED model. That's crazy, especially considering the price point, the price. So let's get into the negatives. Let's get into the negatives now. It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me that like in the presentation they didn't even mention. You watch this hour-long presentation where they go into all these like really specific specs of the console, like stuff that I don't care about. I'm just like waiting. I'm like, all right, how much do games cost? How much does the console cost? I mean, at least they told us when the console comes out. So there's that. But like you did a whole hour-long presentation and you didn't even tell us like the price. I know why, because they were afraid of the backlash. Like so people found out. People went on like the website or whatever, or like they went on Best Buy and like they saw what they're asking for as far as pre-orders. And apparently it depends on the game, which is also weird. I mean, with Switch, it was like most games are 60, and then once in a while you'll have like a Tears of the Kingdom that's 70, which is already too much. But it gets worse. So some games on Switch 2 will be $70, and then you have the situation of Mario Kart World, and this is the most relevant one because it's the launch title. It's coming. This is the game everyone's going to play. This is like the killer app, which, to be fair, Mario Kart World looks awesome. It looks really, really cool. I've been waiting for a Mario Kart game to go kind of like an open world route like this. Like, it looks really cool. Digital, $80. Physical, and like, yeah, boy, I love to collect physical media. Okay, physical games. I want, because your console has such limited storage, But yeah, physical, $90, $90 fucking dollars for a physical copy of Mario Kart World. Holy crap, $20 more than a PS5 game. An average PS5 game is $70, which I also already think is too much. This is outstanding. This is outstanding. Oh yeah, and the console itself, $450, or you can get the bundle with Mario Kart World Tour, which everyone's going to get. So that's $500. Again, about the price of a PS5. The PS5 is infinitely more powerful. It already has a pre-established library of games, beloved games like Astrobot. I just brought this just for comparison. I love my Astrobot controller. I had to show that off. Sorry. Like Astrobot. So. Oh my God, that's crazy. So. When that thing launches, yeah, just get a PS5. That's my advice. Just get a PS5. Yeah, the games are cheaper. That's wild. The games will be cheaper, and the games are already too expensive on PS5, but they'll still be cheaper than the Switch 2 games. And the Switch 2, graphically, I've read that it's just going to be about because the Switch was like really, really weak. The Switch was like, I don't know, about the same as the Xbox 360. But yeah, the Switch 2 will finally be as powerful as like Xbox One or PS4, but you're charging the same amount as a PS5, and the games are more expensive, and infinitely less powerful than PS5 discs. Okay, that's an idea. That's a choice. that's a choice. Yeah, that's a huge misstep. I don't know what to say. It's gonna be one of those like I was talking to a friend about it. I was like, hey, remember back in the day where you'd go to like, you go to like Toys R Us when you were a kid and like you had like whatever like the N64 and like your parents would be like, okay, you can pick out one game and like that's it because they're so freaking expensive. You can pick out one game and like that's it for like 2 months. So like you better like this game. That's how it is with the Switch 2. It's like, yeah, pick your Mario Kart or whatever. You better be sure you like it because that's it for a while. You're gonna have to save up again for another $80-$90 freaking game. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm speechless by that. But yeah, let's. Oh man, so some pretty big negatives here. The cost, the fact that it doesn't have an OLED screen. I don't know, some of these other features like game chat and like that camera, like that looks really cheap. That looks like, and they were showing off like the game chat feature as like, oh, you can video chat with your friends and play with your friends like while you're doing Mario Kart, and see you can look at their screens and see what they're doing, and like these are like basic features that you're like showing it off. You're like, oh, we can finally do this too. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of games look really, really cool. The new Donkey Kong game looks cool. There's like a new Kirby Air Ride. Like holy shit, there's just so. And then again, the GameCube collection. That's gonna be amazing. Mario Kart World looks cool. They got really good indie support. Like so, and not just like any indie games, but like the biggest indie games with like the most rabid fan bases. So they have Deltarune, aka the spiritual successor to Undertale. They have Deltarune is going to be on Switch 2, and coincidentally, chapters 3 and 4, which people have been waiting for, they're going to launch on Switch 2 like when they come out. So that's crazy. Oh, and there was like a 10-15 second clip of Hollow Knight Silk Song. Everyone's been waiting for Silk Song to come out for like years and years, and like so during this direct you see like a brief. That's like all people were talking about. I'm like, you see like 10 seconds of footage, but like that was enough for the Hollow Knight fans. Holy shit! So yeah, that's coming to Switch 2. I mean, that's good. That's good. I would love to see. I mean, again, wishful thinking, but I have high hopes because of Dragon Drive, and I have Civilization 7 launching on Switch 2. What if like you remember those old school like point and click adventure games, and which would be perfect for Switch 2, especially because of like the mice. And there are like modern examples. Like look up stuff like Frambo, Little Misfortune, stuff like that's my cup of tea. I love point and click adventure games. But anyway, what if Nintendo made one of those? Like what if Nintendo like made one of those for the Switch 2 that like fully heavily used the mouse features on the Joy-Con to. That would be amazing. That would be epic. So I can hope, right? I can only hope. What else? I don't know. The Switch 2 coming soon to a store near you. I feel like, do you think it's gonna like sell out? Remember like when the Wii launched and it was impossible to find one? Same thing with like the PS5, like you couldn't get that for like a year. I think the exact same thing is gonna happen with the Switch 2. I think it's gonna like sell out instantly. Scalpers are gonna flip it for like twice the price. Like it's gonna be a mess. I'm not getting one anytime soon anyway. Like I have my PS5. I'm so happy with that right now. But yeah, I mean, I'd like one eventually. I don't know. It might be fun to mess around with that. Oh, and they talked about how like if you have a Switch game, you can like upgrade. It'll like Mario Party Jamboree will have like a special, new mode. Same with Kirby in the Forgotten Land. You can get like the Switch 2 Premium Edition, for like a slight charge. And that's exactly what they did with like PS4 games. You could upgrade them to PS5 games when that was a thing, when they first made that transition. So that's nothing new either. Okay, so let's compare. I'm thinking of like the Switch. Okay, so like here you got the Switch, and then the Switch 2. So the Switch, even the Switch launch, I would say was arguably kind of weak because you had Breath of the Wild and then like kind of nothing else for a while. Even Mario Odyssey didn't come out right away. It came out like much later that year. So the killer app for the Switch for the launch was Breath of the Wild. Okay, what is the Breath of the Wild of this console for Switch 2? I'm gonna have to say Mario Kart World. Okay, but the real question that I was wondering, you had the disastrous 1-2 Switch, that terrible mini game collection that basically was a tech demo for the Switch that launched with the Switch for full. It should have been a pack and title, full retail price, $60 for that piece of shit game. So what's the equivalent? Do we have? That's what I was like wondering when I turn on this Nintendo Direct. I'm like, oh, are we gonna have like one of those for the Switch too? We do. They get to that part in the video where they talk about like the welcome. What's it called? It's like welcome to Switch 2 tour or Nintendo Switch 2 tour or something. And it's literally a tutorial. Like, it has a cool art style, and it's like, hey, we're hanging out inside inside the whatever, they show like the guts and the circuits of the Switch 2. You're hanging out inside of it, and like you're seeing how the whole thing works, which is a cool idea. But then you find out like, oh, like this isn't a pack-in title. This is like a full retail release. And again, they haven't given prices. Apparently, every game is differently priced, which is weird. But the fact that it's not a pack-in title, the fact that it's a full retail release, I mean, they wouldn't charge $90. They wouldn't dare, would they? But like, what will they charge? Like, what's a fair price for that game? It looks like it'll be like, I don't know, like 2 hours and you're done. I don't know, $40, $30, like anything is like, it's anything above that is way too much. And then my one friend made a really good point. Like as far as the price, it's like, think about how like Nintendo games never go down in price. Like you've seen that, right? You've seen that. I've seen that where like you'll go into GameStop and like, like back in the 3DS era, it's like, oh, like here you go. Here's like whatever Pokemon X and Y are still $40. And oh, by the way, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which are many, many years apart, they're also still, they just came out for $40. It's just like, well, duh, like which one would I buy? I'm going to buy the newest thing because it's all the same price. Like, what? Like, that's so stupid. Like, that's just how games usually work, is like when the newer version of a game comes out, the older one becomes cheaper because otherwise, why would you buy it? Nintendo doesn't work like that. Nintendo's like, same thing with like the Switch, like, Mario Odyssey came out the launch year, 2017. That you find that in a store, that's still $60. That never went down in price. It's crazy. It's like, oh, it's been like 7 years. How is this still $60? Like, I'll just buy the new game. Like, what are you doing? Like, but yeah, no, Nintendo has that mentality, especially with Switch games. So they'll definitely have that with Switch 2. So we definitely have reason to be afraid. We have reason to worry about like the Switch 2 games never going down in price either. So yeah, that sucks. But yeah, like going back to my PS5, like it really like I gotta, again, I'm finding an excuse to talk about Astro Bot again, but like the World Tour thing really upset me. It really triggered me because I'm like, that game, like the bar has been set. The bar has been raised so high by Astro's Playroom, excuse me, for the PS5, where that was a free pack-in game. You didn't have to even download it. It was already on your console. When you turn on your PS5, you might have to update it a little bit, but like, and that was a game. That was a full. I know people like say it derisively, like, oh, it was a tech demo. No. That was a full game that you could platinum. That was a full game that had like a speedrunning community. Like, that was a full freaking game. Okay, for free, that came with your console. So once again, I'm recommending buy a PS5 over the Switch 2. The Switch 2 does not come with any game. You can get the bundle. That's another thing, but you're paying more. No, the Switch 2 itself does not come with anything. And there's that stupid 2-hour like demo thing, that Switch 2 tour, which will be a separate retail release for like, above zero, which was what Astro's Playroom cost. Yeah, the PS5, I'll do another video on this at some point probably, but the PS5 has like all of these like free options. It's like, I mean, obviously Astro's Playroom is the best option, but there's other things too, like freaking Silent Hill, A Short Message. People complain that, like, oh, that's like a 2-hour game. It's free, buddy, and it is a game. It's free, and it's it's not going to be $50 like Switch 2 World Tour. And then look up My First Gran Turismo. That is a free, tech demo for the PS5 that was like meant to kind of promote Gran Turismo 7. But like, it's a full game. It's a full Gran Turismo game. Like, there's like dozens of cars to unlock, dozens of tracks to race on. It's a full game. You can lose yourself for dozens of hours in that game for free. Yeah, like again, the bar has been raised so high by these recent free games for the PS5 that it's mind-boggling that the Switch 2 would even attempt to have something like Switch 2 World Tour. Like I'm speechless by that. Did I forget any other big announcements? Trying to think. Yeah. So not only do we have the indie support, but so yeah, they're doing some things right. We have the indie support for sure, third-party support for sure. We have some cool-looking first-party games. Hey, any from software, any from soft fans in the house? Did you all see how we're basically getting Bloodborne 2, and it's a Switch 2 exclusive? That trailer, it's not Bloodborne. Like they have, I think it's one of those weird things where Sony is so like I was just praising Sony, but Sony is so insanely backwards when it comes to Bloodborne. They like won't they own the IP or something, but they won't do anything with it, and no one else can do anything with it. So this game, it's all about blood, and they call it something else. It's like Dusk Blood or something, but it's Bloodborne too. But that trailer, holy shit! Like I can't believe it's a Nintendo game. Like it's like really intense, creepy, gothic imagery. Like really mind blowing imagery in that trailer, and it looks so cool. It reminds you that like yeah, Nintendo, like they are the Mario company, but they're also the company that they put out every once in a while. They put out a Bayonetta. They put out a Mad World for the Wii. You know what I mean? Like they put out Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem for the GameCube. Oh shit! I hope that's on the GameCube expansion pass. Oh, the Eternal Darkness. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm more excited about the GameCube expansion. I really am. It's so sad. But yeah, like I don't know. There's definitely pros and cons. But as far as the price, that's what really kills it. Like, just, I mean, this is where I come down. Just buy a PS5 at that point because you get Astro's Playroom for free, and I just want everyone to play that game. But or I was looking into like the Steam Deck. Like people have been bringing that one up as well. It's like, okay, Steam Deck. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different models, but like there's an OLED Steam Deck. Like there's a version of that comes with an OLED screen. Like what are you doing, Nintendo? Just give us the OLED screen with the first Switch 2. Like you've already come so far. You've already shown that you can put it on one of your consoles. Like why are you going back a step? Anyway, but yeah, no, like there's different prices, different models, but yes, let's say a Steam Deck, it's about like 450 or so, something like that, a little under 500. So same price as a Switch 2, and the Steam Deck is more powerful. It has more, more storage capacity. It's basically a handheld gaming PC. Again, Switch 2's they're two peas in a pod. Like Switch 2 is kind of going for that PC market as well, but yeah, Steam Deck is literally gaming PC that's on a handheld, and it has like these trackpads that you can use to simulate mice. So there you go. There's also that. Yeah, I mean the Steam Deck also looks cool. I don't know, like all of these things look cool. Me personally, I'm very content with my Astrobot controller and my PS5 and Astrobot. Like I could just keep playing Astrobot forever. Like I don't really need new games, so I will play more games though. I want to do more PS5 Chronicles, but for now I'm just like replaying levels of Astrobot because I literally can't get enough of this game. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Switch 2. Yeah, okay. So man, again, the presentation itself was very, very good. I almost gave it a 10. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm docking a full point because, yeah, like you were a little coy there, Nintendo. You could have easily given us that information. You did not give us the price point of the games or the console because you knew we would be upset. So I'm taking a point. So that's 9. 9 for the presentation. The console and games prediction-wise, ooh, so Switch 2, Switch 2, man, yeah, you're not getting enough bang for your buck. You're really not. Like I'm sorry. Like it's gonna be like if I'm grading the launch, my prediction for the launch is gonna be kind of rushed. It seems like it's gonna be rushed. You're only gonna have Mario Kart, just like you only had Breath of the Wild, and then you're gonna have a bunch of other shit. Like you're gonna have like your 1-2 Switch or your Switch World Tour, and then like the eShop will be kind of barren. Yeah, you'll have like the GameCube expansion like that, but that's only if you pay extra for that. You need to have like the Switch Online membership and the expansion pass membership. So not everyone will have that either. So you just dropped, you know, well, let's say best case scenario, you just bought the console. You're obviously going to want a game, so you should buy the bundle because you're getting the game for like what, $30 cheaper. So yeah, buy the bundle. So you got your Switch, you got your Mario Kart, and that's going to be it for several prediction wise. Making if it's anything like the Switch One, yeah. So you're going to have your Mario Kart, nothing else, for several months. Then another killer app game will come out. But like, can you? I mean, I don't know. I really do love Mario Kart, but can I just play that? Like, I mean, hell, like if you still have your Switch, just get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and play that some more. There's so many tracks on that, you know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if we need this new game just yet. It's my prediction for the Switch 2 launch is Switch 2. I'm going with Switch 2. Yeah, it's gonna be a lame launch. The console is too damn expensive. You spend $500 to play Mario Kart with your friends with like a shitty camera and a shitty game chat. It's not gonna it's gonna probably drop the connections. Even in the direct, like the footage they showed where like the friends were playing together, the Switch 2 couldn't handle it. Like the 4 players, the you know, footage was like going at like 10 frames per second. Like like it was bad. Yeah, I don't know. I say wait. I say wait for a price cut. I say wait for the second model. They're surely going to do a second model with an OLED screen. If they don't, they're insane. I mean, like they did it with the Switch 1. It does look cool, and I'm interested by some of the games, but for me, it's not worth it, man. And I would recommend to you as a consumer, yeah, like you know, just buy a Steam Deck or just buy a PS5. Like until like more than just Mario Kart comes out. Wait till there's like a library that's worth your time, worth getting that $500 console. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So yeah, play Astro's Playroom.